And after the Jets beat the Bills on Thursday night, we both start the week off 1-0. Now off to today's games. We'll start with the Steelers versus the Bengals. The Steelers are at home, 3.5-point favorites against the Bengals. I like the Steelers. I like the Steelers to win big. Steelers have a crazy offense. I like the little twerking by Brown. He did twerking. He scored a touchdown last week. It's a pretty good dance.
That's
so
good.
yeah, who do you like this week? Steelers or Bengals?
The Steelers.
Oh, go with the Steelers. All right, very good. The next game is the Detroit Lions at home against the Tennessee Titans. Lions are favored by 6. I like the Titans. I like Mariota. Mariota's poised to have a big year. He's a quarterback for Tennessee. He was drafted last year, so it's second year. Poised to have a good year. I'm going with the Tennessee Titans as a road underdog.
I'm picking the Titans because I like both jerseys, but I'd rather go to Tennessee other than
The Detroit?
Detroit.
Yeah. Reasons known. Sorry, Detroit. The next game is the Ravens. 5.5-point favorites visiting the Browns.
I picked the Ravens.
Yeah, I know that already. That's a given already.
Hate the Browns jerseys.
Yeah, that we know already. But I'm picking the Ravens not based on jerseys, based on a better team. The Browns don't look that great. Doesn't matter, right? So they don't look great and they don't play great.
Exactly.
So we're both going against them this week. The next game is the Redskins at home. 3.5-point favorites against the Cowboys. I am going with the Cowboys. I think Prescott, the quarterback, looked good last week. Against the Giants, they looked pretty well. Their offensive line, they moved the ball pretty well. So, Cowboys or Redskins?
Cowboys, because I like their blue jerseys.
And their star. Because you want to be a star. The next game is the New York Football Giants. 5-point favorites against the New Orleans Saints. Giants win big. Yeah, but they're going to win big. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like last year. Last year it was 52-49. I don't think it's going to be as many points. I think it's going to be, if it's that many points, the Giants are scoring that many, not the Saints. So, you're going with the Giants, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. We got a lot of the same this week.
Well, different towards the end.
Alright, I hope so. We're starting right now.
Yep.
Which is the Carolina Panthers, 13.5-point favorites at home against the 49ers.
Panthers.
Yeah. I'm going with the 49ers. This 13.5 points is too much.
But the Panthers have nice jerseys.
Yeah, I know. Still, 13.5 points is way too much. I don't care how nice they look. It's a lot of points early on the season.
You never know.
Never know. Next is the Tomless Brady. The New England Patriots, who are up Tom Brady, who were 6-point favorites against the Dolphins. Now, New England looked pretty good last week against Arizona. They beat Arizona. So, in Arizona, to start the year off. And that was the only game I thought they were going to lose. Now that they won last week, they actually could go 4-0 without Tom Brady.
I'm going with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I tried everything.
Miami.
I just can't go against the Patriots. I went against them last week and they burned me. I can't go against them twice. Will they burn me again? Maybe. The next is the Houston Texans, 1.5-point favorites against the Chiefs. The Chiefs were a big letdown last week. They were up big and then they let the Chargers come back. So, a little info, I know. You go with the Texans, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going with the Texans also. Based on their home, I think Osweiler's due for a big game. So is Hopkins. He's on my fantasy team, so hopefully he does something big today. Nobody really matters out there about fantasy, but the next game I have the Seahawks visiting the LA Rams.
The Seahawks.
Yeah, I didn't tell you how big the favorite is or any of that stuff. They're favored by 6. Yeah, they're favored by 6.5. See, now if this game was 13 points, I still go with the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are going to blow them out. The Rams lost they lost 28-0 last week to the 49ers. They got no first. I think they got 10 first downs the whole game. It was a sloppy game. Pretty much it put everyone to sleep on Monday night. That's how boring it was. The next game we have is the Arizona Cardinals at home. 7-point favorites against the Tampa Bay Bucks. I think Arizona gets revenge after losing last week, and I think they stopped Winston. But I don't know how much they stopped Winston. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think they will win by at least 7. Maybe 8.
I'm going with the Cardinals, too.
All right. Then we go to the San Diego Chargers at home. 3-point favorites against the Jaguars.
I'm going with the Jaguars because I love their jerseys.
We're going with the Jaguars because I just think the Chargers are real, and they lost Keenan Allen. That was the guy on my fantasy team. They lost their top wide receiver, and I don't know if they could get it done with Woodhead and other stars. Not sure if they could get it done. Then we have the Oakland Raiders at home, 4.5-point favorites against the Falcons. I'm going with the Raiders.
I'm going with the Falcons.
I just think the Raiders are due. They've had so many bad years. I think they're due. One more good year, because they may be moving to Las Vegas. So will that change anything with you if they move to Las Vegas?
Maybe.
You need to keep the same jersey color. That may change. That won't change, right?
I don't know.
All right, we'll think about that. Yeah. Then we have the Denver Broncos at home, 6-point favorites against the Colts.
I picked the Colts.
Yeah, Colts are your team. I know we know that.
I like the blue jersey.
Yes, we do. Broncos lost, opening week. Actually, they won opening week. So I think they're going to go 2-0. That was a little mine there. They won week 1 against the Panthers. They shouldn't have beat the Panthers week 1.
The Panthers have nice jerseys.
I know, they should have won, but we lost week 1. Next up is the Green Bay, it's tonight's game. The Green Bay Packers, 2.5-point favorites against the Vikings.
I don't really like either jersey.
Well, it's in Minnesota. Even though it's in Minnesota, so I know you don't like the jersey. I'm trying to help you out here. It's in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback of Green Bay. Minnesota lost their quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, but they traded for a quarterback. I'm picking the Packers. I think the Packers are going to win like 13 games this year, 14 games. I think with Jordy Nelson back, I think that's a team to beat in the NFC. Green Bay, Minnesota.
I'm going with Green Bay.
Go with the Packers. And the last game of the week, it's tomorrow night, Monday Night Football. Chicago Bears at home against the Eagles.
I picked the Bears.
So do I. I picked the Bears also. I think the Eagles won last week. I believe it was in my mind it was a surprise. I know it was against the Browns, but I thought the Browns were better than that, better than at least the Eagles. But the Browns got burnt, and they're gonna get burnt again today. Hopefully, we do all right because from what I'm looking at, it's about 4 or 5 games where I'm head to head. So till Thursday.